harm or suffering upon another through personal anger and resentment at something done to ourselves. Avenge is unselfish. Revenge is selfish. Revenge, according to present usage, could not be said of God. To retaliate might be necessary for self-defense, without the idea of revenge. Compare revenge. Prepositions: avenge on or upon, rarely avenge oneself of a wrongdoer. Avow. Synonyms: knowledge, admit, aver, avouch, confess, declare, own, proclaim, profess, protest, testify, witness. Acknowledge, admit, and declare refer either to oneself or to others. All the other words refer only to one's own knowledge or action. To avow is to declare boldly and openly, commonly as something one is ready to justify, maintain, or defend. A man acknowledges another's claim or his own promise. He admits an opponent's advantage or his own error. He declares either what he has seen or experienced or what he has received from another. He avers what he is sure of from his own knowledge or consciousness. He gives his assurance as the voucher for what he avouches. He avows openly a belief or intention that he has silently held. Avow and avouch take a direct object. Aver is followed by a conjunction. A man avows his faith, avouches a deed, avers that he was present. Avow has usually a good sense. What a person avows, he at least does not treat as blameworthy, criminal, or shameful. If he did, he would be said to confess it. Yet there is always the suggestion that some will be ready to challenge or censure what one avows, as the clergyman avowed his dissent from the doctrine of his church. Own applies to all things, good or bad, great or small, which one takes as his own. Compare, confess, state. Antonyms: contradict, deny, disavow, disclaim, disown, ignore, repudiate. Awful. Synonyms: alarming, appalling, august, dire, direful, dread, dreadful, fearful, frightful, grand, horrible, imposing, majestic, noble, portentous, shocking, solemn, stately, terrible, terrific. Awful should not be used of things which are merely disagreeable or annoying, nor of all that are alarming or terrible, but only of such as bring a solemn awe upon the soul, as in the presence of a superior power, as the awful hush before the battle. That which is awful arouses an oppressive, that which is august an admiring reverence. We speak of the august presence of a mighty monarch, the awful presence of death. We speak of an exalted station, a grand mountain, an imposing presence, a majestic cathedral, a noble mien, a solemn litany, a stately march, an august assembly, the awful scene of the judgment day. Antonyms: base, beggarly, commonplace, contemptible, despicable, humble, inferior, lowly, mean, paltry, undignified, vulgar. Awkward. Synonyms: boorish, bungling, clownish, clumsy, gawky, maladroit, rough, uncouth, ungainly, unhandy, unskilful. Awkward, from awk, kindred with off from the Norwegian, is off-ward, turned the wrong way. It was anciently used of a back-handed or left-handed blow in battle, or of squinting eyes, etc. Clumsy, on the other hand, from clums, also through the Norwegian, signifies benumbed, stiffened with cold. This is the original meaning of clumsy fingers, clumsy limbs. Thus, awkward primarily refers to action, clumsy to condition. A tool, a vehicle, or the human frame may be clumsy in shape or build, awkward in motion. The clumsy man is almost of necessity awkward, but the awkward man may not be naturally clumsy. The finest untrained colt is awkward in harness. A horse that is clumsy in build can never be trained out of awkwardness. An awkward statement has an uncomfortable and perhaps recoiling force. A statement that contains ill-assorted and incongruous material in ill-chosen language is clumsy. We speak of an awkward predicament, an awkward scrape. An awkward excuse commonly reflects on the one who offers it. We say the admitted facts have an awkward appearance. In none of these cases could clumsy be used. Clumsy is, however, applied to movements that seem as unsuitable as those of benumbed and stiffened limbs. A dancing bear is both clumsy and awkward. Antonyms: adroit, clever, dexterous, handy, skillful. Prepositions: the raw recruit is awkward in action, at the business. Axiom. Synonym: truism, Both the axiom and the truism are instantly seen to be true, and need no proof. But in an axiom there is progress of thought, while the truism simply says the same thing over again, or says what is too manifest to need saying. The axiom that things which are equal to the same thing are equal to one another unfolds in the later part of the sentence the truth implied in the first part, which might have been overlooked if not stated. In the truism that a man can do all he is capable of, the former and the later part of a sentence are simply identical, and the mind is left just where it started. Hence the axiom is valuable and useful, while the truism is weak and flat, unless the form of a statement makes it striking or racy, as all fools are out of their wits. Compare proverb. Antonyms: absurdity, contradiction, demonstration, nonsense, paradox, sophism. End of section 11.